time's just going so fast that I thought I better introduce somebody to you before he's been here so long that it's kind of awkward to introduce him to you. Anyway, let me wait for a few people to get on. I just got back from work and I'm heading out on another work trip, but I had a few minutes. I got to watch Casey do some track today also. My work vehicle had a crack in the windshield, and so I got my appointment to get that replaced right around the track meet, which worked perfect. But I want to introduce to you guys somebody that's come to the farm and will be here for a few months. And some of you may think it's a crazy idea or a stupid idea or whatever, but I'm going to do it anyway. And so I'm just going to tell you about it though. So I got Lex and Peppy back here. They're eating an early dinner. And there's another horse right here that I'm going to introduce to you here in just a minute. So I see quite a few of you are on, but not a whole lot of thumbs ups. So hit that thumbs up. I assume everybody on here has probably already subscribed to our channel, which is awesome. Jody Edwards, I see that she's on. She gets on all the time. I love it. Jeanette Giles is on. That's another name we recognize and appreciate. Deborah and Glenda and Pat. This is awesome. People from all over the place. So real quick, let me know where you're joining me from. And it's a beautiful day here in northern Arizona. The wind's not blowing. There's a teeny bit of cloud cover. Not anything that's going to bring in any moisture, but enough that it's kind of blocking the sun for a minute. And I just thought it was a perfect time to go live and explain to you. Guy is right back here. He's on the phone. Have Vicky along with us with the drone, and there was some beautiful drone footage, so you need to go back and watch that if you haven't watched it. So I don't have a lot of time since I'm heading out. Jordan from Albuquerque. I'm actually heading your way, not all the way to Albuquerque, but to New Mexico here in a little bit. So let's see here. We got somebody that says, finally made it on time today. We got Shares Nutmeg. Hi from Montana. And then Jeanette Giles, it's evening and rain in East Texas. We could sure use some rain around here, that's for sure. But let me show you and introduce you to a horse that's going to be on the property for the next 3 months. I'm excited to introduce him to you. Okay. Traded. And he's only 2 years old, but he's taller than Lex or Peppy. Beautiful. And he's obviously being exposed to these two mares. He's a lanky, tall, kind of skinny thing. Well, he's not overly skinny. He just looks skinny because he's only 2 years old and he hasn't grown into his big, tall body. He's about probably 15.3 hands right now. And he'll easily be 16 hands and probably weigh 1,200 pounds. And he is racing bred. And my friend Sam, who's really good friends with my brother Levi, wants to see some babies by this stallion. This stallion's breed fee to get him on the ground, so his daddy's breed fee, I think, was $7,000 or $8,000 just to breed to his dad. Cost $7,000 to $8,000. I forget if it was 7 or 8. Sorry. And we call him Streaker. He goes back to I just forgot. I went and looked at his pedigree right before this. He goes back to a famous racehorse. Maybe I'll remember it here in a little bit. Sorry, I'm getting bad with remembering stuff like that. But he, Special Effort. Special Effort is on his pedigree. And So we're thinking, bred to Peppy and Lex over here, that we could get a heck of a barrel racing horse. We personally don't barrel race, but Vicky used to and was actually super good at it. And barrel horses are worth a lot of money. And my friend Sam just wants to see what this horse is going to do. Now at 2 years old, you don't want to start breeding them heavy. They can get kind of crazy mentally or physically. They can just not be prepared. He does know he's a stallion and he's interested in the girls, but neither of them have come into heat yet. But as you can see, they are living with each other in harmony and there's no problems. They're getting along great. Again, some of you may disagree breeding them. Peppy is 3 years old. So by the time she has a baby, she'll be 4, which will be just right. I think she's a gorgeous mare. She's one I got from Martin's Quarter Horses in Bayfield, Colorado. And so if you ever want to get one of their horses, reach out and tell them that the farm sent you. I think Peppy is gorgeous, and bred to Streaker back here, it could be a heck of a baby. Should be very fast and tall, and it'll be interesting to see what color. He's a bay roan. He looks almost like a blue roan in the winter time, but now that he's shedding off, you can tell there's a lot of bay color, not all black underneath there. And then there's Lex that always throws my nicest looking babies, I think, have always come out of Lex. And so it'll be so fun. Yes, Jeanette Giles, streaking 6 is on his pedigree also. That's cool that you knew that. And so tell me what you think. And if you think I'm stupid, that's okay too. I'm gonna try it. Now you may wonder, why don't I just breed these mares to my own stallion? Well, 66 is leased out to Black Diamond Ranch in Blanding, Utah for the next 2 years. And I'm super excited about that collaboration. It's been so fun to lease out 66 to Martin's Quarter Horses for 2 years. And now I'm gonna expose him to a whole bunch of other beautiful mares. And I'm super excited to take you up there to Blanding, Utah. You can start checking them out. Look on their social media, search Black Diamond Ranch, and they don't have YouTube, I don't think. Right as I say that, maybe they do, but they're better at posting on Facebook. Go check out Black Diamond Ranch in Blanding, Utah. Tell them that the Farm Under 66 sent you over to take a look. They have a production horse sale that they sell babies at in July of each year. And so 66 babies will be available, not this summer because he's just getting exposed to the babies, but next summer you'll get to go with us, hopefully, as we go take you up there and check out his babies at that production sale. So tell me what you think about Streaker here and Peppy. You can see Streaker, can you see him? Streaker and Peppy. Tell me what you think. And Lex. And what colors do you think they'll produce? Jason, hello brother. Love it when the foals come to the farm. Yep, thank you. Me too, Jason. I love when babies come to the farm. And this year we have no babies except for Chocolate. Chocolate, our little miniature, is gonna have a baby. So that'll be fun, but not quite the registered quarter horses that we love to raise. It just so happened with us retiring Chipper and Lex had a late foal that we did not get anything bred for this year. We actually did expose some of them to my brother's young stallion Chippy. He was not that interested and he ended up dying of some unknown disease a few months later. So maybe it's better that nothing settled by him because maybe there's some genetic issue. I have no clue. We never could figure that out. My brother talked to the vet. The vet actually wanted to do a blood test to see if she could figure it out. And by the time, living in a rural Arizona, by the time they could get them, So I'm super excited just to have two babies hopefully next spring. I'm not, I could change my mind down the road, but I've got to the point that I think if I could have just a couple babies a year, 2 or 3 a year max, that would be fun. I'm not wanting to compete with um, some of these big outfits that raise horses, but I do love raising some registered quarter horses and love to dabble in that. But I also love to rescue horses that are down on their luck, and I'm trying to also just trim down so it's a little more doable. For 2 years, I've done it without Blake's help, and we've limped along. Blake gets home in 6 weeks from today, I think. I mean, he gets home on the 11th of June. But when I say he gets home, who knows what his plans will be. If he heads away to college, gets married, starts work for somebody else, it's not fair for me to tie him down to what my dreams and plans are. So we're all anxious to see what happens there with Blake. It'll be fun. So just having a couple babies a year would be fun, 2 or 3 babies. So tell me real quick, because I do need to get on the road for a work trip. What color do you think this Gruya dun? That's Peppy. Some people call her a buckskin, but she's got a dorsal stripe, so she's a dun. She's a Gruya. She's beautiful. What color do you think she will produce bred to a bay roan? This big, huge, streaking 6, special effort bred colt. Now, Stardust says she'll throw a Tobiano. That's interesting. A Tobiano, I think, is a paint, which I don't think that's supposed to be possible when you have 2 quarter horses that are not bred to paints, but let me know. Yoda Man said the combination of color and type should produce a gorgeous baby. I believe that the baby's color will be a smoky buckskin or even a blue roan like the sire. That would be fun. Someone else is saying a gray roan. And then are we going to get a roan by Lex when she's bred to my stallion 66? She always produces roans because he is a homozygous roan. So anything he is bred to will be a roan. And so, but we don't know. We have not done a genetics test to know if he is homozygous roan. So we could end up with a bay, a sorrel, a roan. Who knows? It'd be fun to see what we get. And Ty, you asked how long he's been on the farm. He's been on the farm about 2 weeks now, and we just have been so busy we just hadn't made a video to show you. We actually videoed when he got off the trailer and stuff, but it was so cold that day and windy that we just never went back and put it to music or whatever to cover up all the wind. Jeanette, those are probably a dark roan. Depends on the buckskin color strength. AQHA can be more specific on color. Should be a nice baby though. I'm excited. I just think, actually, my friend that owns the stallion already has spoken for, he gets his choice of the babies and he's paying me for it, but he's so excited. He's like, Alan, I'll buy one of the babies, but he wants to have first choice. So I've never been able to have a baby sold before they're even conceived, but that's how excited we're all for this. So there you have it, guys. A little bit about Streaker here. That's the other reason though, as you're gonna see some of my other videos, you'll see a beautiful buckskin 2-year-old and a 2-year-old sorrel filly, and they're down with my horses in the south pasture. You'll see them in videos this summer. Maybe you've seen them already in some of our social media. Beautiful horses. Because I'm getting these breed fees without any money up front, because normally you pay for a stud fee, so I'd pay $1,000 per mare bred or something like that. My friend Sam wants to see some babies by this stallion, and he's young enough that we don't want to expose him to a lot of stallions, so I was a good choice to expose him to 2 beautiful mares right here. And the breed fee is that I feed him and I expose him to 2 nice mares, and I feed the other 2 fillies that Sam and my brother Levi own together. So for 3 months, you're gonna see some extra horses on the farm, some beautiful horses. The 2 fillies are Pitzer bred fillies, and they're gorgeous. And then this guy that I think's also beautiful, but crossed on these mares, I cannot wait to see what the baby may be. So there you have it, guys. Streaker is on the farm. Peppy and Lex are hopefully going to come into heat soon, and they'll hopefully conceive and have healthy babies, and that's what we're hoping for. Russ in Chatsworth, hello. He got Bluebell, one of our Blue Roan rescue horse off the Navajo reservation. Yoda Man's on. Tracy Anu from the Netherlands. That's so cool. Jeanette says special offer, all running thoroughbred. Will definitely run. Jeanette, I'm impressed how well you know your horses. You know them better than I do. So I wish I knew your story. Sometimes, especially when it's live and people start commenting, and I'm like, man, they sound like fascinating people. I kind of wish I wish we were live and could just talk back and forth and get to know each other. So feel free to always, you can email us or message us on social media. Comments on YouTube are hard. We get hundreds of them a day, and to keep up with all of them and to go back and forth in a conversation is hard. But through the years, we definitely become connected with some of you that follow our channel, like Jason Wells or Ty, Cowboy Ty, that are on right now, both dear friends that we've met just through social media. So yes, Ty. Ty just asked if the young stallion is AQHA registered, and yes, he is. Like Jeanette said, there's a lot of thoroughbred in there because a lot of the racing quarter horses go back to a lot of thoroughbred blood. But, Robin says, hi, Alan. Looks like your horse family just keeps on growing. Honestly, the funny thing is, yes, it keeps growing, kind of, but we're also been able to sell some of our rescue horses. And so I'm trying to get the numbers down to a more manageable group, even though I've got 10 across the freeway. And then I've got right over there, Honey and Kit Kat, that hopefully are going to new homes this week. So be watching for some videos. Have a great day, guys. I got to get going, and but I appreciate you hopping on. So feel free to go back and watch one of our other videos, and have a great day.